throughout the year so far. And Panda Cat has really leaned on the Uller at the beginning, but as of late, a lot of Medusa, Jingwei, Cernanos, Neath.
This set's going to be sick, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I love just even getting the opportunity to watch this matchup between Panda Cat and Zapman.
You're such
these
a fan.
He's got a drink in the booth. Vinny. Wait, who has a drink? Who has a drink?
So I am expecting some high octane action out of the duo lane, specifically Panda Cat. I think going to be looking for that solo kill. Just always is, but maybe more so here in this matchup. And I said earlier that Zapman was picked for his ability to be that in-game leader. I think Panda Cat is picked for his ability to be that mechanical monster. He is picking Ull because dude doesn't miss. He's always finding the hail of arrows over the wall. He's always connecting the axes when he needs to. Always looking for that proactive play in the lane. Sure, there are some other ADCs in the league that might be able to rotate a little bit better, but I think when you're talking about boxing potential and looking for pressure in the lane, you shouldn't look any further than Maxime. This guy has just been a Terminator over in the long lane.
Terminator.
This is a total side note. Have you ever seen somebody try to play Ull as a melee attacker, like as a funny
melee
niche
only.
build?
Yeah, I did that on my stream once.
Is that
Oh, that is fun.
No, I actually lost a friend. He said, I hate when you troll my games, and I don't want to play with you anymore.
Got us. You lost a friend because of melee Ull.
Yep.
All right, unfortunate. So we won't be seeing much more of that from Miff or his streams, or maybe now you can because you've lost that friend, and so now you can troll games.
He was so
with
toxic, bro.
Yeah, Panda Cat. And Zapman, always an entertaining duo lane.
Those damn shirts are pretty dope. Thanks, Bubble.
As of late, Jade Dragons have.
Yeah, they're really they increased their partnership with me, which is amazing. And I think they're doing a deal right now for 3 T-shirts. I think for 60 bones. Pretty good. But yeah, they've been sending me clothes since like Season 1, and I'm just an enormous fan of them. So I'm really happy that they are like available to work with me, I guess, or like eager to work with me.
Going up against the Leviathans.
I thought this past week has been good for us. The first week with Daniel as a new player was a little rough. He was a little nervous, he said, and a little jittery. But as we've gotten to play more, I think we have a more rooted team identity and something we can really build off of. I think just cleaning
So
up
it's my merch? I don't think.
I
don't think so.
The main thing. I think there's a lot of
But I also don't think so.
issues from last year that have carried over to this year that we're trying to work around, whether it's map play or objective play. But
I have no idea who's going to win.
You can always play smarter. So
Genuinely have no idea who's going to win.
as far as we can. The
This is a really hard set to predict, I think.
Championship win, but as someone who started 0-3 after a World Championship win, I totally get it. They're still obviously an amazing team and super talented, so you look at them the same way as you always have, but just going to do the best to look at what other teams did to exploit them and see what we can apply to that. I think the biggest threat on the Leviathans is probably Pantone. I think he's for my money, he's been the best player in the world.
I think.
So I think he's just an incredible jungler, and he's really impactful for that.
Yeah,
team.
Peepim's not wrong here.
What he wants to do, and maybe
Herwind Armor
be helpful for us. I think we can beat the Leviathans for sure. I think I'll be conservative and say a 2-1, but I think both teams, just depending on how the drafts go, could 2-0 the other.
That's high praise for Panatom from Polar Bear Mike playing like.
I think today, the win cons for each team, in my opinion, is Leviathans need a standout performance, I'll say, for Panatom, because I think when Panatom is not making room on the map in the early mid-game, I think that Leviathans always struggle, because I don't think their lanes are, like, lanes that make the biggest individual plays, or the biggest, like, 2v2 players, like 1v1 plays, like they're insanely good team fighters, so they kind of just let Panatom be the facilitator around the map. So as long as Jade aren't dying to Panatom, I think Jade will win. I think if this goes late game, I think Jade will win as well, because I think that Leviathan's team fights have looked kind of bad lately. I think that they kind of seem out of sync. So, I guess, from saying it that way, it sounds like Jade's kind of got a pretty easy set here, I think. Yeah. They have like a 5 to 10 minute window of not dying to Panatom, and then they win the game, I think. Which, I mean, Max or PCat's a really hard player to gank anyways. because he has really good map awareness, and I think his team like has really good communication of where the jungler is. And yeah, I think I think I'm right here. If Pantom doesn't get a lead and get his laners ahead, Dragons win this like 9 times out of 10. Oh, it's just Danish tradition, Remon. Just Danish tradition. You know, you don't have to worry about it. It's just Danish tradition. Also, what's up, Kobayashi?
Play those SEC style Sun Wukongs. He hasn't really gone towards his traditional Tsukiyomi mids. Pagon is playing the assassins.
Oh wait, you play today, layers. Aren't you guys third set? Oh yeah. Dude, I forgot. We have back-to-back juicer sets today. You guys versus Warriors and Dragons versus Leviathans.
I think that adaptability and fluid nature of
okay, the sets today are actually sick. These are such good sets for the final day.
I don't think we could ever say the Jade Dragons were losing because of a mid laner, despite the year. Ghost Gaming,
yeah, right.
Back when it was Twig, even when we had Hurry win with the Jade Dragons, and now with Pagon, I don't think it's ever been at the feet of any one individual player. But of the three, I think Pagon might fit what this team needs the best.
Yeah, the hyper carry in your face, trying to fight mentality from Pagon has slotted in well with the rest of the Jade Dragons.
Who's accused of SPL player Haddix?
Cool games in the last 6 for Pagon, 6-2 and 5, 7-1 and 2, 5-0.
Isn't it a 3-way tie?
In my opinion, for Pagon.
You guys have head-to-head over Drag? I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff, layers. I just let other people tell me, and then I'm like, okay.
At this point. We might see some more in the draft. We'll find out, though.
But it's like too complicated right now.
Between the Leviathans and the Dragons. Kicking off now. In the Hebo ban.
Hebo ban?
Strong statement here by the Leviathans.
Are they going to ban Hebo Uller? That's what we did.
I don't think that's a ban against anyone
Both.
here in the SPL.
Okay.
He has just been such a strong pick. Feels like it's
standard second pick bans from Dragons.
Been taken away.
Just that Pal, such a versatile tool to burn away those relics or make use of burned relics.
Yeah, I think we'll see a different Leviathans today than we saw yesterday.
Engage tool, very, very strong. Trickster Spirit as a re-engage, so Daji makes sense to me. To nearly
or at least if we don't, Leviathans are going to get stomped.
I am curious about the Leviathans drafts today. I wonder if what we saw against the Valkyries was a world champion team who may have been sleeping on their opposition a little bit, having some fun with their
Capri ban, interesting.
Or whether or not it is legitimately a new style.
Emoji available. Gilgamesh available. Shiva available.
Maybe Yana support comes out again. I hope not. I really hope not, but it might.
They got first blood, Myth.
It sure did.
It didn't do much else after that.
No, I'd argue nothing.
Emoji ban?
I don't think you're going to
So what are Leviathans prioing here? What makes their draft the best?
I imagine at this point, moving forward...
Will Dragons take Shiva and Gilg if they're both up? That is the question.
Yeah, the Yana support in the back pocket. 0-1-8, actually a better KDA than I thought we'd
see. Uller up as well, and both teams, all the carries in this match play Uller really well.
Being around some of the kills that were happening, then really impacting them on their own. So the Leviathans now...
Uller!
And you know, Myth,
yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yep. They're saying that they're not gonna double pick Shiva Gilg. That's what Leviathans are saying. We want the Uller pick for us. We want the pressure pick, the double flex potential. Good pick. Good pick here for this set.
Just making sure the Jade Dragons have to dig a little bit deeper into their god.
I don't know what the term is.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. I think that is like one of the best first picks here for team-to-team dynamic. I think that's one of the best first picks here.
Primary for first.
Yeah, I don't know what the fourth is.
Yeah, me
yeah, that Dragons did not expect that.
Maybe they don't know.
They didn't expect the Uller first pick here.
First pick though for the Leviathans. A strong
very good pick. Very good pick. They've looked best on Uller, Hebo, and Thoth, and you take away all 3 of their keys. So now Dragons need a little bit of a swap ski. Yeah, they're going at 30 seconds of bank time. Really good pick by Leviathans here.
No, it's not.
That's what I said earlier. Why didn't you trust me?
That's not what you said. You did not say quadrinary.
Yeah, quadrinary.
Yeah, that's what you said. Which sounds like a weird
40 seconds of bank time.
It's like an aviary. I don't know.
So it was some sort of Aries, dude.
Yeah, right.
Ardio? Okay. Is it Ardio Gilga, Ardio Shiva, or are we tossing it back to Leviathan saying you won't pick Shiva and Gilg?
Ardio, the selection for final
Gilgamesh, okay.
Gilgamesh.
Really good team fighter from Dragons.
Soccer, the ability to get active has been important for
So it's
Sam,
got to be
but
a
the
Shiva
rest of
pick
this
here for
Dragons
Leviathans, I would
roster,
assume.
Early Gilgamesh pick will give Sam the ability to do so.
Yeah, massive fan of Gilgamesh.
I assume they go Shiva.
We've seen what it can do in the
Maybe there's Soul Ender here? Maybe Shiva Cthulhu?
Did not impress too much. So in the jungle though, has got very early presence on the map. Even if you are falling behind, I wouldn't put Gilgamesh in that feast or famine.
Maybe Shiva Cthulhu?
Shamash is such a versatile-
Yo, thank you, chat. Thanks for the download.
Adds a lot of visual noise.
I'm surprised they're using bank time here. I thought it would have been an insta Shiva Cthulhu lock here.
Truthfully, to see what's going
Maybe
on.
they don't like Shiva into Ardio Gilg? Or they're trying to figure out if they want to pick their mage or support instead? I mean, I assume they keep the Uller flex potential and don't pick their mage. Could be ESET support here. So they have double flex in their top 3 here. ESET flex and Uller flex. Making the draft very interesting here for Leviathans. So will Dragons ban Shiva here?
To use some of the mainstay strength of your kit.
The Leviathans, as such, Myth, will get themselves a strong start to their.
What happens if you run out of bank time in SPL? No idea.
In the first
Actually, no idea.
to the second wave of bans.
I would assume you get fined.
Interesting spot that the Dragons are in right now. Could pick support, leave your carries up for grabs. That's something.
30 seconds of bank timer for Dragons in the
this
top
team,
3.
As far as picks and bans go, will sometimes leave that pick open till last, and with all of the flexibility in mid, leave Pagon open to counter picking effectively the entire enemy team. The Jade
Dragons almost out of bank time.
They want to go with that.
Nox support. So Nox counterpick into Issa, you know, a little silence on the wing gust. The wing gust. Again, we don't know if that Issa is going mid or support. We don't know, or yeah, mid or support. We don't know if the Uller is going mid or ADC. I assume the Nox is support. It could be Nox mid, but very low prio. They're double banning both cleanses. Geb Hell, they're saying you will not pick Chiron. If you do pick Chiron, we don't care. Banning the Mori so they don't have double, or they don't have a Cthulhu on the side of Dragons. Good, really good picks and bans from both teams here. This is like very, very, very high level picks and bans here. Shiva's still up as well. Jingwei ban. Jingwei ban is good because it's into Cthulhu, so you can't really die. Hachi. Alright, another teamfight hunter for Jade. I assume Hachi ADC, you know, not a big fan of Hachi mid, so most likely Hachi ADC. Okay, they're hovering it as a meme, right? Right? That's not going to be Janus support. We're doing it as a meme. If it is Janus, most likely Janus mid. I hope. Please, do not.
I'm not certain that is.
They're hovering it to troll. They're hovering it to troll. They're hovering it to troll, right? They're hovering it to troll.
Here's the thing. It's being hovered. Whether or not it ends up getting locked in is a whole different thing, so I won't analyze it too much yet.
Yeah, I like the Hachi pick here. Hachi is the second safest hunter. Ooh.
If you're gonna swing for the fences again with a
Ooh, what a draft by Leviathans, dude. What a draft.
Doesn't work again. We're hanging.
Oh, I'm genuinely giggly, bro. That is such a sick draft by Leviathans. You have double hunter with double prot shred on ESET and Nim. You have ton of CC for the Stinger and the Axe. And then you have a sick teamfight AoE with Cthulhu ESET. But you do lose pretty hard to anti-heal. If you have an Ankh in the Leviathan draft, you lose pretty hard. And Dragons have to pick their mid laner here, I assume. Zeus still,
If you are shadow locking AMC, she can dispel magic and make sure that it isn't a fully channeled.
Nox mid? Fender support? Nox mid, Fender support. The Nox counterpick into ESET in the mid lane. Interesting. Not the biggest fan of that. Not the absolute biggest fan of that, but you know, we have Beads burn in Nox and Fenrir mid. Kind of Beads burn on Gilg as well.
relatively easy to dive.
A fun draft here for Dragons, I think. Way more of a teamfight draft here for Leviathans. Well, yeah, I'm just a big fan of Leviathans here.
All right, I suppose, but
How do you feel about Nox as a
Like, Leviathan's draft looks sick. Okay, I'm playing.
See Nox as lockdown support-esque style play.
I don't know if I need to play
It
ads.
ends up being Nox mid. You have faith that Pagon can deal the magical damage.
Okay, I'm playing like 1 minute of ads.
Carry some team fights.
yeah, I think so. Nox ultimate, when you're actually building power, just slams, man. It is a whole lot of burst damage as well as the dot damage immediately.
I don't want the auto ads to play in the middle of the set.
It's just, hey, now you deal less damage. I hit you with it. Haha. You can't hurt
Haha.
my people anymore. But when you're playing it in an actual carry role, it swings, man. I mean, Nox ultimate damage very good. That second ability, not very consistent, but it will hit hard when it does.
I wonder though, Myth.
Yo, welcome to Layers. Thank you, Big Meech, for gifting a sub, baby. Thank you. Sup, girl with a...
At some point here if you're Panda Cat.
Sup.
So that might end up being the answer. Do you think the Dragons
Didn't know where that name was going.
of dealing with this solo laner?
Blanket statement, no.
Just gonna call you girl.
Straight up no, because in the late game team
What's up,
fight,
Civic?
Cthulhu is going to be
Yo, Civic, I saw what you did the other day. That was kind of,
protection at his feet.
that was kind of
He's
wild.
So mad, and he's going to be so protected by circles, man. no sea bears are going to be getting to this guy. But the strategy shouldn't be, can we kill Cthulhu?
I think Spitter support, Nox mid, Gil jungle.
Can we survive Descent into Madness? If yes, let's take the team fight immediately afterwards.
Yo, I'm working hard on the fusion event, Civic. Dude, if you told me I had like 1,700 gems saved up for the fusion event, we could have split our gems so you didn't go like buck wild, but I appreciate it. We need, dude. They're just okay. We have like one other guy that's good on Clan Boss, but it's mainly just me and you.
Every day you push me to be my best, and I appreciate you for it. Leviathans and the Jade Dragons.
Sea monkey.
No, those were a part of SpongeBob as well. Miff and I are going to go debate whatever we're debating, and we'll let J-Mac and Trelly take us into Leviathans versus Dragons.
Yeah, so here's the thing. They couldn't hear Charlie was actually feeding them the answer here. The sea rhinoceros was the other one that they have to deal with here. Now, the circles may stop you from a sea bear, but how will it deal against an actual land bear here, at least on this side up?
Oh, true, Civic. That's not a bad call.
The Leviathans versus
Oh, it is! It is!
Here.
Layers, you're so smart.
It's
Or
not
you scrim them.
support, And Gilgamesh mid. By
So-
Pagan. We talk about this all the time, especially with the brothers here, between Pagan and Beniki. We
A
never
lot
know
of
these guys are
a lot of beads burn on the AMC in mid.
Pagan's gonna fall suit and throw
Like,
another curveball in the mix.
A lot of beads burn here.
I really would have preferred the Nox.
Okay, if Shinto doesn't die, I think they win the game.
Don't hit every single ability. You're not gonna get that brunt of damage.
They don't scrim us?
Pagan's gonna hit most of them, right? I would
Who
assume
did
he's
it? Who
not.
did it, Layers?
Only
Who
Gilgamesh
whose
with
fault is it?
He's gonna have a fair bit of burst damage. Gonna be pretty safe in this lane.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy draft by Dragons.
Really bully out Shinto on this AMC. If you get behind,
Steve!
you're gonna not be able to clear the way. Panicat though, gonna take a whole brunt
Nice,
of damage
Steve.
from
Good
that.
play.
A lot of pressure out of this duo lane. There is still that
Kind of an
burst.
interesting
Not
try
gonna
to
block
body
one
block
shot,
that by
it's gonna block.
PBM, because they
Gonna be
both get
canceling
poked
that
there,
burst.
but I respect it. He blocks the auto attacks, not the 3-1 combo, obviously. Also, an ease or a sovereignty rush here for Ronnie.
Dragons might not want to keep that back turn against a Nox and a Hachiman. That's a lot of combo potential, just like Axe Toss into another Spirit Ball. Just call it the 1-2 every single time between this dual lane of the Leviathans. And in a matchup that, honestly, in my life, I didn't think I'd be saying here, an AMC versus Gilgamesh mid.
Will Gilgamesh ever die? Will Yamoja ever die in competitive play? Stay tuned, chat. Stay tuned for the next 3 years of SPL.
Everybody in that lane. Maybe at that time.
Will these characters finally die?
Definitely a new one for me, Charlie.
Yeah, it's new, but you know, with Pagan,
Yeah.
SPL, NEQ, and the SPL, these sorts of
Yeah,
things,
that's
the
true,
question is-
Zen.
The question is
All of their
also,
damage
are
is
you
physical
able
here.
to make use of these picks.
I feel like Dragons have a very one-dimensional draft of if we don't kill the AMC, we lose.
If it doesn't work, it's troll.
I feel like I'm right when I say that,
So right
because...
now,
Yeah, you're not wrong here, Zen. All their damage is physical.
If you get ahead, you're great. You're clear as solid. You can
Like,
avoid people
you have to
from
kill
the
Shinto
line.
so many times in the early
Like
game.
a form of wave
If
here.
Shinto
Ryan
doesn't
has to
die
get close to the wave to
by
actually
like
get
level
Here's
9,
that man. Gonna miss the stun, so not
I think
actually
Leviathans just win. Their draft is so much better in the
Very
mid game.
close, but not quite.
Yeah, Panicat just a little shy there with that EI Jutsu to hit that stun.
Also, Cal Devo's here for PCAT, not going Gilded. Not Gilded on both Hunters. Not in this game.
Shinto sitting down, about 300 health now, but he'll be able to return some fire right back over at Paragon. But this is the strength of maybe
That's good
having that
secure.
dash available to you in the middle of the map at all times is you can just keep drop kicking the mid laner.
PCAT's going to have a slight lead. They did the sharing red strat for PCAT.
I'll just go ahead and
Plus, he sold the whole wave, so PCAT's going to be 5 here before the enemy duo lane, but I think Leviathan's got all neutrals and duo side, so it won't be a big difference, but it'll be a little bit of a difference. PBM will be behind, and PCAT will be ahead. Which is normally how Dragons perform best, in my opinion, is when PBM is behind and PCAT's ahead.
How many times he's played this AMC?
No, it's different for Leviathans because they have built-in Shred with Nim ult and AMC ult. So, yes, a lot of their damage is physical, but I think Cthulhu does way more damage than Ardu in teamfights. And I think that AMC Nim can literally just one-shot the Ardu in a fight.
On the Leviathans, putting some respect into how much CC they really
But you're not wrong that mainly their damage is physical on both comps.
Not gonna be as safe. We'll get a little bit more
But it just
fun
works better for
whenever
Leviathans here.
you're poked out. Just retreat, teleport back in.
So we'll see what the teams do on the 4-minute spawns. If PBM or Ronnie want to rotate mid here, or if they're playing for the 2v2. This is Shinto's, not his weakest point in the game. Also, Sam already has stone cutting. This is a little risky. Oh, nice play by PCAT here. Yeah, this is their weakest point. Nice, good trade. But big butt here, chat. That was Shinto's beats. That was Shinto's beats. So, yeah, kind of scary here for Shinto for the next 150 seconds.
First blood does go the way of the Jade Dragon, so that will be a worthwhile trade for them, at least for right now. I love this stone cutting sword out of Sanford Soccer because smart player.
Yeah, very good for Dragons. You get Bees and you get the first blow on AMC.
You're gonna have to deal with an Uller Axe. 2 ways of canceling out Brutalize from ESET, and then also the Stinger from Shinto. Your auto attack damage is pretty much your best friend right now. You can't rely on Brutalize to get these kills, so you have to build a little bit differently. Wrong you, though, going to take a lot of damage.
Not the best play by Ronnie there. He tries to, like, harass them, but he ends up getting his ult forced, which makes Shinto a much bigger kill target in mid. Because I assume Ronnie's going to stay out for Sov here, back and go mid, but now both of them don't have beats. So pretty scary here for ESET and AMC.
The opposite side here for Pagon.
Yeah, you're also right there, Layers. Ooh, unlucky, but it's fine. Pagon here soon.
Puts a second kill up for the Leviathans.
This gives a lot of pressure to AMC in mid, because he has a big window to clear this wave, then he sees the Gilg later, and Sam's backing. So they're going to have about a 60-second window, maybe a 50-second window here, once Pagon and Sam both reset and get on the map to kill Shinto again. Yeah, Ronnie not full juicing here, which is fine. Good safe play by Ronnie here to not int for the obelisk. Take one juice. Also, full duo vision here for Leviathans. Look at those wards. It's 6 minutes, dog. Dog, look at these wards on duo side. Look at this. That's absurd. At 6 minutes, you have full duo jungle vision. I think this vision should be around mid, but that's a lot of duo wards. Can you imagine if you know, I'm as a kind of a ranked player. Can you imagine? Oh, Steve's dead. Yeah, kind of unlucky. We got full vision on duo side, and Steve still dies. That is a. Oh no, it's bleeding. It's bleeding, chat. We're full bleeding. Ronnie's staying alive forever. All right, that's huge. That's a solve diff right there.
deal a little bit of damage back.
That's a big soft diff.
Pagon's gonna go right back in the wind to Smosh, and that wind gust will make
All
sure.
right, Shinto's got to pop off here.
But he can't get
Why are you
very far.
beansing
Pagon
Shinto?
will jump down in, but Panatom has rotated back in, and the stinger from Shinto will eliminate Pagon.
Shinto beats the air.
The score remains tied 3-3, but the
Wait, also, did Picard steal purple?
Yeah, the farm game from the Jade Dragons and that first blood bounty is going a long way here, but it seems like Panatom is always in the right place to try and help out the team.
Did Picard not steal purple when
these fights do
Ullr's
come
dead for?
down, Panatom's
Interesting
always
by
there to get
Picard.
the return.
Okay, if that's Picard and Scrims,
With 1 assist on
he's still in that
the
purple.
so
I'm just saying, if that's Picard and Scrims,
farm-wise, just
my man's taking that purple.
Sucker, who also has 2 kills, but the team as a whole is not, as you mentioned. 2K Goldie.
I'll make EMT promise to 6 with 13, man. Yeah, I feel like Shinto could have done about 9,000 damage there, but he played super safe when he knew Finnel was down. Why'd he go Cowl? A little bit more early game than Gil did. He wants to play more with his abilities, and he can also go Silver Branch here. Or not Silver Branch, sorry. The attack speed upgrade, and him and Finner can solo objectives while the rest of his team zones.
Sorry for the laugh there for a moment. I love our art and animation team.
And also, you don't need Man Sustain on Pcat or on Hachi, because obviously built in from the passive.
Rolls around, like if she's in bear form, she does that little roll. I think the only one that's funnier to me is when I think it's a Wheelish gets.
Oh, wards and rate. Can you imagine, as a ranked player, as an AC player, if it's 6 minutes you have that many wards in duo-side, bro? That is a dream. That is a literal dream come true. You come out of base, and duo-side is just lit up like a Christmas tree, like, the whole way, and you still die. Yark's probably dead here. I feel like Sam's just going to eat him for breakfast. Really good buy block by Fine. Goodness gracious, what a block. Nice stinger, we picked that up. Oh, we're rushing gold. We do have ESET ult, but it's ESET support, so not the best secure. Probably Zap's got better secure here with the 3-1 combo. Pgat does not have great steal potential, but he's going to throw it anyways. Almost got it.
Always gotta hold your breath. We've seen it happen.
Almost got it. That was close. That was I thought Pcat actually casted that a little too early. 263 damage is to secure. That is not that high. That's a big steal potential for Pcat there. If their secure was 263. Yeah, that was actually time. I don't think I would have casted that early. Oh no. Ooh, nice stinger. No beads though, because we kind of trolled our beads earlier. And we're alive! Not a solo kill. Pcat had Scepter. Nothing Steve can do there. Nothing Steve can do there. He had Scepter. 1v2. Also, I'm not really sure what happened there. I'd like to watch that back. We didn't get to see it at all. Yeah, Steve's in a really rough spot right now. Once you get behind on Ullr, I think you're kind of just not having a great time. But Shinto did upgrade his speeds, and he's going breastplate. Okay, so no 2, Steve dashes in, and then Pcat pre-beats the axe.
Who already expended his jump to get in is just taking a 1v1. The axe toss was good.
Oh!
Panacat who had used the beads at the beginning of the fight.
Okay, that was... I don't blame that death by Steve. That was actually, like, really close. Pcat kind of baited by pre-beadsing that. Really good, really well played by both ADCs, honestly, right there. But Hachi with a lead, in my opinion. Hachi's always going to do more than Ullr in team fights, in my opinion. Yeah, I thought Pcat was going to box in his 2, but he elected to ult around it. I thought he was going to stay in the 2, beats the axe, and then dash the 3-1 combo? Oh, that's a free beads.
Zapman can jump himself over the wall, but up onto the cavalry is Panacat. He'll land, hit Zapman, couple more autos.
Not a great set here from Steven.
On the right side of the map, the Pyromancer goes away.
3v4 here, actually 4v4 soon. Yeah, this is weird by Leviathans. They're just forcing things.
when the beads are down, that's where Nox shines and comes in big. PV.
Yeah, Dragons win game 1.
To take down the solo of the Levi's.
Steven not having his best performance. Hachi is fed out of his mind. They're like forcing a pyro when they're not diving. It's like a duo tier 1.
We'll get the beats as well.
I think here, if you're Steve, not to be a hindsight Harry here, but you want to pull them away from pyro. Like, even going like down this way is better than taking them directly to your team, in my opinion. Also, yeah, I think the carries of Leviathans are just not playing great.
Off the back of the spirit ball from Wrong You, it's Zapman rotating in.
Like, Shinto going breastplate and still dying is just, oh, not great.
For the Levi's, with a couple of spirit ball and an axe toss thrown out there. That'll dissuade the Dragons from going any further forward.
Are you aware of the 5K gold lead I'm looking at right
Goodness.
now? Brutalize doing a lot.
Goodness, Sam 4 jumping in. Kind of a rank jump here, not gonna lie, but I think he's fine.
Nice little shield, thanks to the help of Wrong Use dispel magic, but won't be enough to get a turnaround.
Oh no.
Sam, though, doing a lot
Oh, the mid-game RDO rotations. Cringe. Cringe.
Buff at this point.
Once RDO finds the rest of the map, it's not fun.
4,000 plus gold lead nearly at that 5K point and 10,000 experience. This is a massive lead.
Yeah, I actually thought Sam into in the up down, and then I looked down at his build and he has stone cutting berserkers. So he can't die. He actually can't die. My man is actually a tank. He's a tank that one-shots.
Great farming right now from the Jade Dragons. Looking at the
Yeah, getting both obelisks. Dragon's also getting all 7 totems. So the macro game for Dragons is just way better than Leviathans. Way better than Leviathans. Oh, Sam do so much damage to Shinto. Well, they nerfed breastplate. And he also has stone cutting. And then he's also a Fenrir. Which Fenrir does a lot of damage if he's jungle, and if he PVM. You see him spin in a circle, dude.
Witchblade picked up by Final K to deal with the triple auto attackers that are coming out of the Levi's here between the jungle and then the double hunter.
Yeah, I think it's also really rough when you first pick the Uller.
Initiation by Sam gets the beads out of the hunter, but that's the call for Pagan.
Bro, Steve. Just give up the purple, dog. Just give up the purple. Just give up the purple, my guy. It's just a purple buff. It doesn't matter. Oh, maybe? Perfect bait by Steven. Perfect bait by Steven. He knew that level 12 Uller for level 15 Hachi was a good trade. He knew that was going to happen. Also, I'm not really sure how PCAT died. I didn't really see what... I guess he got Nimmelted or Stinger or something.
It looks like no Leviathans are going to step up to this one, so that will go the way of the Jade Dragon. It's going to help out in the gold department.
Yeah, they do lose gold, so still obviously a very big swing for Dragons here.
Almost like they wanted to sneak the Fire Giant, but instead they found Sam for soccer.
Sam spotted here in the mid. He'll take a lot of damage, but he'll be just fine. Instead, Yarkor will have to go back towards his side of the map and try and get some farm up here. He's 2 levels down. Just about everywhere on the map, aside from support, has at least a 2-level deficit.
Ooh, PCAT going Obokins. Shout out to, like, Season 4.
Look at this, a stone of binding and a spirit robe right after. That spirit robe,
of course Steven jumps the wall here with no beats. Of course Steven jumps the wall with no beats.
Was already seeing a lot of value. Now with the extra change to the DR, this crowd control reduction is going to be massive.
Yeah,
Steven is wild, bro.
PBM is not at the moment, so if you're going to be eating the full brunt of that CC, you want to be
actually buck wild, bro.
The Nox should be able to do that.
Is the PCAT build just because he's ahead? Kins is standard second after Devos. And PCAT's always been a big Obo fan. So standard for PCAT, not standard for SPL.
Pretty much a lead everywhere they would need to. And now the question is, what are you going to do with
Zap going Hydras? Yeah.
The question against the Leviathans. You can get ahead.
I think you kind of have to go Hydras.
Are you able to win these late game team fights? Can you convert this
with Uller? Because like your combo potential is just so high. Like if PCAT plays a 1v1 poorly with no beads, actually, I mean, I don't think PCAT will ever do that. But yeah. Did Jade get ahead enough to win at first fire? Yeah.
By Sam. Sam won't continue that jumped in towards the tower.
Can say I'm over something with Pin like Exy. Exy does not feel good. Second item.
It might not even be safe here because Pagon is between the towers, trying to take down Zap, and he's got that scepter. That Aegis.
That is the most Zap Aegis I've literally ever seen. That is going in the history books. I mean the dictionary as Zap Aegis. That's a fast little B. Oh, not beadsing until late. He's fine. Respectable by Shinto to hold his beads like that. Very scary as an AMC, but respectable. Yeah, they did. I mean, Zap's so far behind, and PCAT is, in my opinion, like a better team fighter here than a Gilg. Not that Gilg's bad at team fighting, but I think Gilg has a lot more solo kill potential than a Hachi over an Ullr, so I think like both sides they're winning it.
Panda and Sam, their auto attack damage is more than enough to deal with this objective. Dragons will grab that. They could set up around the Fire Giant. Maybe not take the Fire Giant or actually work at attacking.
I mean, normally the Zap Aegis is like baiting for the team or like delaying his death by a little bit, but there it was just a waste of an Aegis.
In that XP, in that gold, now I'm not sure they even have the damage to try and make a pull on it.
It's going to be hard. PBM does upgrade the emblem of increasing peril, I believe is the full name of that horrific emblem upgrade, so going to be very annoying to fight into that. You're already doing less.
Looks like they're swapping back, putting Hachi back over in the duo lane.
It's going to make it very annoying to try and fight into. The Leviathans already not wanting to fight unless you're fighting over an objective.
Yarkor going a late breastplate here.
It's going to be even more annoying, but Panda
Are they going to triple breastplate?
To find Panda Cat, but it looks like PBM is wrapping around to find him.
Yeah.
Okay, I think.
It's the constant game of cat and mouse.
Okay, I think.
Panda Cat
Oh.
will be the cat that they go for, but
What a Noxel by PBM. What a Noxel by PBM. Actually massive, bro. Absolutely. What a sick goal by PBM. They got all 3 kills. Really good TP by Fine as well.
And a silence will slow him down, but he will chew through that health shield. He will get right past that spirit ball, and he will pick
yeah, unfortunately, I feel like Pantom.
Right now hitting level
Well, outside of Ronnie's play in like the level 5 when he tried to defend the Juice, I feel like the carries for Leviathans are the reason they're losing. I feel like Shinto and Steve are not having their best performances today.
The tier 2 tower being looked at. The tier 2 tower
Which,
is going to go down.
into that comp, without having beads, you're just dead.
I mean, usually it's just a little bit of tick damage.
Like, you just have to play safer than what they're doing, and they just need better relic usage than what they're currently showing.
Hasn't been looked at just yet, but it's almost a 10k gold lead with no FGs.
Yeah, that fin build from ahead is unbeatable. He has Bumbas now with an auto attack and ability based build. Oh my gosh, it's so cringe. That's so cringe and I love it. That's actually so cringe. Bumbas Hammer, Spirit Robe, Hydras, full CDR, tanky, does damage with auto attacks, has permanent resets. He has CCR. They triple Spirit Road, by the way. I guess into ESET, CCR is very highly valued after the DDR changes. So they slam these. Ooh, nice. A little bit of a troll positioning here by PBM. Fast grouping by Leviathans. They do have a new stinger here shortly. Dragons might take the fight afterwards. Pagon, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Pagon. Yarkor needs to solo. Okay, nice. Pantom diving. Are they 1v2ing Pika in the back? Dude, the front line. Bro, the front line. Pantom and Yarkor are hard popping. Pantom and Yarkor are literally like hard carrying right now.
Out with the help of that scepter, Panatom cannot go far. Sam will drop him for the deicide and another triple kill.
Yeah.
Soccer is about to go godlike in the SPL. One more kill, and he will be 13-0 against the reigning champions. This has been insane gameplay out of the Fenrir, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Pagon hit a pretty much 5-man ult.
I mean,
and
the
then
Spirit Room's not enough to save PBM there because he's into like 5 people, so regardless of PBM's ability, he's always dead there based on positioning, not items.
You got about 20 seconds until Panda.
Well, back take Tub 6 with 3, baby.
Can confirm that Gold Fury, so it looks like PBM right now is scouting to see how long they can actually hold this, to see if Panda Cat can get that.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the DPS, I think, to kill before Picard spawns anyways, so.
But right now, it's actually not going down that quickly. Sanford Soccer is having a little bit of trouble, so everyone from the Jade Dragons will be able to pick up this FG buff, and now...
Yeah, Finn can't die in this into their team.
Everyone is level 20 on the Jade Dragons.
Yeah, and that's never a good spot to be in. We get a nice POV.
I think this fight goes way better if Ronnie doesn't E-set ult gold. I think if Ronnie holds his E-set ult for the team fight, I think it's way better. Dude, look at Sam. The Bumba's going absolutely crazy.
Is really good, but I have to give a lot of props to Panda Cat. That sustain that he is.
He's gonna finish with a Titan's Bane. Wrong. Serrated.
And all this attack speed. I mean, that's one thing we always talk about. Dealing with these Cthulhus. Do you have the way to shred this through? And Panda Cat seems to have answered that question. Is Kin size into the Odie Bro Silver Branch? Yeah, he's got a lot of attack speed.
Yeah, Serrated. I mean, Serrated and Titan's Bane are both sick here.
Goes the enhanced purple buff. So now that if you do sit inside your banner, you're getting a lot of Silver Branch procs, at least for right now. He has a good amount.
Honestly, like, I feel like Leviathan's draft is still really good, but I don't think they can kill anyone this late into the game.
This is where he really shines. He's able to chunk the mounted archery, one of the best engages onto a Phoenix.
Leviathan group his team instead of chasing Pagon. Chasing was definitely the right play there. Chasing and shutting down the carries is definitely the right play there, 100%. Like, if Yarkor doesn't chase Pagon and Peacat, Peacat literally kills 9 people. Like, the Oboe will be literally farming all Leviathans, while Yarkor is, like, trying to hit tanks, which Yarkor should always dive there.
But it's 3 now in towards the mid. This mid Phoenix.
Yeah, the Hachi build's gonna be insane damage right now.
And they will make sure to turn up on time to make sure that they can keep that one down. The Leviathan's attention keeps getting split here. Wrong You and Zapman now have to deal with the duo of the Dragons. Meanwhile, it's a 3v3 in the mid lane. Meyer, out of Yarkor, will keep the Dragons back. But
nice poke on PBM. He's got Solve and Fire, so he's not really too worried.
Melee push is not working out right now. The Jade Dragons have to figure this out, right? Send your hunter over places, at least one of you, so you can actually burn down this Phoenix. It looks like right now.
It looks like they don't want to do a full 5v5 into AMC Cthulhu, so they're trying to like distract them mid, and hopefully Peacat PBM can get the Phoenix on duo side. But the problem with that is Ronnie has so much setup for Zap. Oh my gosh, did you see that DR on Nox? That was crazy. You get hit by an axe and like instantly like start casting again.
And we'll pick up the Hunter and bring him right back to Panda Cat. That's the first kill of the fight going over to the Jade Dragons. They'll take the Phoenix, and a few of them are pushing back in here. Circle of protection from Wrong You is gone. Yarkor's ultimate has now been used.
Yeah, I don't think Yarkor can really solo everyone at this point, unfortunately.
Quarter HP will have to back away. The Jade Dragons will hold off their onslaught up into the throne room for now. Sam does pick up that mid Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he does lose the 1v1 to Nim.
I'm pretty sure that Shinto's auto attacks are healing fine okay right now. He will dash in. Still completely
I'm not sure.
HP at this point. The Witchblade, the Blood-Soaked Shroud, so much defense for this RDO. It's just pretty much unkillable at this point. He actually literally is unkillable, at least for right now, 1-0. But it just seems like right now, Shinto, the way he's itemized, his abilities are doing a fair bit, but the auto attacks cannot shred through what RDO has, at least at the moment. Right now, though, you've lost 2 Phoenixes.
Sam will get the Godlight, don't worry, chat.
But
he'll get the Godlight for sure this game.
Upgrading relics at this point after they can finally finish those items, and a full Emperor's armor gets purchased at this point. This is that stage of the game that we're at, that slowing down the Phoenix is probably doing more to you than some of the carries right now of the Leviathans.
Man, remember how like 7-8 minutes ago I talked about how PBM picked up a Spirit Robe and we were looking at basically tier 1 relic? PBM hasn't bought another.
Dragon's the most informed team right now.
Doing is upgrading the existing things that he has. He got the Emblem of Increasing Peril. He got the Fort.
Well, I want to watch back the Phoenix Siege for you guys.
I believe it was the enhancement.
I'll watch back for you guys. Don't worry.
Out on. We do this to turn up split here. Wrong You and Zapman now have to deal with keep the delay put. What play you try these? Yem's been eating a lot of poke here from Zapman, but a blink in from Pagon. Zapman used the beads and the Aegis already to start this fight out.
Wait, does that not have jump there?
few different options to try and go for this.
PBM's been eating a lot of poke here from Zapman, but a blink in from Pagon. Zapman used the beads and the Aegis already to start this fight.
Oh, he doesn't jump away, Steve!
And bring him right back to Panda Cat. That's the first kill of the fight going over to the Jade Dragons. They'll take the Phoenix.
Well, Mr. Finalizing with 30, baby. Yo, thanks, Giuseppe. Thank you, baby.
Yarkor's ultimate has now been used, but he is being melted away by Pagan.
Yeah, Yarkor can't, like, 1v5, unfortunately, right now. Does our audio ever die against that comp with that build? No. No.
Sam does pick up that mid Phoenix.
Not at this point in the game. She is a unkillable bear.
I'm pretty sure that Shinto's auto attacks are healing fine okay right now. He will dash in. Still completely full HP at this point. The Witchblade, the Blood-Soaked Shroud, so much defense for this RDO. It's just pretty much unkillable at this point. He actually
Wait, did he get silenced below? I thought he got silenced in the beginning. Wait, what do you mean? He's not silenced. Wait, there's no silence there, dog. You troll, bro. You baited me.
Completely this right now.
No siege back. Leviathan's back. Or Leviathan's do gold. Push out duo. Farming for next fire. Still pushing out duo. They're giving up fire, looks like, with the map play.
Not yet. Going to hurt, and right now, try and fight this if he can
over the wall. But
Sam not slowing backs here, okay. That's fine by Sam.
The minion wave continue to push that one up. But left in mid.
That's bait, Dylan. Not falling for that one. Is Shinto, is Charlie really wrong when he says Shinto has a healing? No. I mean, he's a breastplate AMC into a full FizzD RDO with mid Guardian and the 6 starter.
PBM gets caught out. A Spirit Ball has to get beats away. PBM in danger. Circle protection on enough to deal the damage.
Is this dive gonna work for you? Oh, PCAT making a sick play. Oh, what a play by PCAT. Completely shuts down that. What a play by PCAT. Oh, that was so cool to see. Really good play by PCAT to dive instead of hitting the Cthulhu. Really, really good play. He knows that his Nox is not going to die to Cthulhu. He knows that hitting a Cthulhu is the only way they lose the team fight, so he ults past the Cthulhu and chases down. Really good play. Really, really good play by PCAT. Batch current now. We're a little behind, but I mean, that's fine. I don't want to go forward 5 seconds and like potentially miss anything. I don't know. I don't know. Flint. There's a big argument for both, so not sure.
And the Titan Siege can begin here shortly.
Panicat gets that one with relative ease. The Fireman Wave continues to push up mid, and his first one on right-hand side. Left Phoenix goes down. Yarkor locked down. The cripple is there. Yarkor has to use the beads to dash himself on.
Oh, another death for Steve? Maybe not? Oh, what? Ronnie with the best peel right there, bro. Goodness gracious, Ronnie. Peeling so perfectly for Steve. PCAT gonna do 1,000,000 damage with the oboe. Yeah.
Will take game number 1.
I feel like... Okay. I feel like the draft was fine for Leviathans. Like... I feel like the draft for Leviathans was really good. Their carries just made so many misplays that they couldn't... Wait, did he not get the godlike? Oh, no. Oh, Sam not playing for kill, instead hitting the Titan? Panic ending. Like, okay. This draft just looks so sick if they're not 15k behind. Like, a Finnerer should never have this kind of game. Like, if Finnerer has this kind of game, he's going to control the whole momentum of the whole game. He's going to hard carry. But I feel like he got this kind of game based off of how poorly the carries on Leviathans played. Like, obviously, like, not, like, roasting them. I mean, everyone's got their off days, but I feel like Relic usage wasn't great by Shinto and Zap. When into that comp, they need basically perfect Relic usage. I don't feel like Dragons played their draft, like, 10 out of 10. Like, I feel like there was plenty of room for Shinto and Zap to, like, have good games. I don't know. I don't know, chat.
March their way into the throne room, and the Jade Dragons will take game number
Uller into that is rough, but I don't think it's nearly as rough as he made it look.
1.
Especially, bro, if you're that big of an Uller player, you gotta be able to play Uller better than that. That's my take. If you're picking it first pick, you know they're gonna pick stuff that's good into Uller. You know it. You gotta have perfect rel usage. You gotta. I don't even know if you upgraded his beads early, but I'm pretty sure you gotta be upgrading his beads early into a comp like this.
Stage of the game
Like,
that we're at that
I just feel like
slowing down the
their vision should have been better for Leviathans, but also the relic usage was just bad. Yeah, Uller was first pick. I still think the Uller first pick was fine in this draft. Like, I think that was a very good first pick for this style of game. Like, I think that, yeah, it's difficult, but I think if you're willing to first pick the Uller, you need to play it to near perfection, I think. Well, that's what I'm saying, Mikey. I mean, you're basically... I'm not, like, roasting Steve by any means, but I think a lot of his deaths could have been prevented that game. And I think he played rather sloppily that set, or that game. Would you have, like, Karn in mid over AMC? When did they pick it? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Charon... I think they're mainly picking AMC for damage with the Nim. Like, they double Proc Shredding with a full physical damage style. So they're picking double Proc Shredding in the bottom too. But there is an argument for Chiron here, obviously, and a Nox, but they didn't know it was Finner. So you're basically picking... If you do pick Chiron here, I don't think they're going to lock the Finner. Do you think Medusa's still good? Yeah. Yeah, they did. Because they first pick Uller. So they go 2 picks, and then 2 picks, and then last pick here. Alright, chat, playing some ads so we don't get mid-game ads.
Struggles continue for the Atlantis Leviathans as the Jade Dragons take game number 1 in convincing fashion. Little pushback here, little pushback there, but it's all Dragons all day in game number 1. And Sanford Soccer goes undying with 12 kills to push the Jade Dragons forward here. And now the Leviathans on a 2-game, but on the verge of a 2-set loss streak up against the Valkyries and what would be the Jade Dragons. And Myth in game 1, this is a very Dragons-esque game in the sense that there's early aggression, there's weird pick placement with a Gilgamesh mid. We weren't sure if it would work, and apparently it works when you get ahead early.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a Gilgamesh mid. I didn't call for it. I didn't even hedge my bets. I hadn't considered it even once. And I'm sure the Leviathans did not either, because that was ridiculous. The concern was, how do the Jade Dragons with this draft beat the Leviathans in a late game team fight? And the answer the Jade Dragons came up with was, we won't give them a late game team fight.
Yep.
It simply didn't come up because Pagon locks in the Gilgamesh mid, and when paired up with Sam for Soccer, just dominated Shinto. It was a leap in aggressively every single time, unchained right behind him. And really, this AMC was not allowed to play, was given zero space, despite going Breastplate of Valor in the second slot. Didn't really help, did it? Shinto was dying constantly, and the Jade Dragons with that lead, ever a team accustomed to finding these leads, dominated with it. Neutral objectives, Scorpions, Obelisks, everything go their way. And they kept that aggression up all the way throughout the entirety of the map. And when you look at what else the Jade Dragons had built around that mid 3v3, it was a favorable matchup in the dual lane. Hachiman up against Ull. I think Hachi very much so wins that matchup. It's just so difficult for Ull to deal with that ultimate. Just hop on Epona, ride him down, and you force Ull into switching stances, and he can't really box you when he's in that axe stance. And the Jade Dragons just ran with their leads.
One of these KDAs is not like the others, and it's the 12-0-5 from Sam for Soccer. Everyone else in the game, except for Fine OK, of course, at least one death. And look, the Leviathans are a team that have already lost a few sets this year. But now in back-to-back sets, Miff, it was convincing games. It feels like when the Leviathans have lost, traditionally it's not discrepancies that have been this big, as they have been in the last couple of sets. And now in game one, it's a striking defeat. The Jade Dragons have figured out the Leviathans, and the Leviathans haven't quite figured themselves out. They've got some reshuffling of strategies, I think, to do, Miff, especially moving forward into picks and bans for game two. That said, it's hard to predict certain things, right? I mean, you can't predict that the Jade Dragons are going to send a Gilgamesh mid, but I don't know if that game is a result of the Gilgamesh mid, right? I mean, there's lots, I think, for the Leviathans to retool.
Yeah, I think so. The Atlantis Leviathans just need to get back to playing their own style. Go for that composition if they can. And I think it was still true of that match, even with those weird allocation of God in role placement for the Jade Dragons. Had the Leviathans been able to slow down the game and make it to that 20 or so minute mark, the team fights would have just been great up against the Jade Dragons composition. No matter what, no matter where you put your gods, it's something that I'm going to have to get to say a lot more throughout this year, because our god role placement has been so strange so far this year. At the 20-minute mark, at the 30-minute mark, when you're in a 5-on-5 engagement, it doesn't matter where that Gilgamesh is. It doesn't matter where your Habois land or
he's in the backline
or anything like that. He's just a Gilgamesh. He's just going to be a warrior for the Jade.
Hello.
So I think had the Leviathans been able to withstand that full.
Okay, so we're sticking. Ooh, Dragons or Leviathans wanting second pick. Still sticking with the same bans. Dragons banning same things from both sides.
Leviathans, they can go ahead and say, hey, look, strategy didn't work out. Maybe
interesting.
We draft a little bit more early pressure, or maybe they say, okay, well, I think our composition was just fine as long as we can survive the early.
Yep.
So maybe it's play on field that needs to see some adjustment. Either way, I have faith in the Leviathans to make this
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, Leviathans, as the defending world champions, have earned the benefit of the doubt. And so, this set could very likely, if the turnaround is there, go to a game 3 between two very close
ESET ban,
teams.
okay.
ESET is the ban alongside the Emoja. Take that away from Wrong You.
Cleo, of course.
Final ban. I'm sure that's something the Jade Dragons would have been happy to snap block.
Yep.
Gilgamesh immediately.
Instantaneous.
48% win rate sounds about right for Gilg, right around that 50% mark. And again,
Yo, that's 100 biddies, 6 or 7, number 2.
This could be a Gilgamesh mid, though more standard for Sam.
That's true. Well, no. Jungle picks are pretty standard,
Gilg is gonna go back to his standard
and solo picks are pretty standard.
RDO is the first pick now for the Atlantis Leviathans, followed by the Uller. So Zapman gets another try.
Yeah,
Okay.
And, you know, the Gilgamesh going towards mid, I think, is just Pagon saying, hey.
I don't know how much I love the Uller pick
Pagon is a
after it really didn't perform well in game 1.
He reminds me
in my opinion.
A newer Paul, right? Like where he's just.
I
hey,
feel
this is
like
a great
we're picking
matchup.
it
I'm like,
more
the 1v1, if I win the
to
1v1,
take
we
it
can transition
away,
that into
maybe?
mid-camp dominance. We can move over towards objectives. So sure, Gilgamesh now shows that he's got flex potential, but the Jade Dragons are not taking it for that. They're just saying this is a good pick. It's going to work out. Worst case scenario, it's in the jungle, and that I wouldn't even quantify that as a worst case. But there is some potential, depending on what the Leviathans draft towards mid, that it could go towards Pagon. And I'm starting to think now, with how Pagon has been playing mid, any pick that the Jade Dragons take can all of a sudden become a flex if it has an individually good matchup against whatever Shinto is playing.
Yeah, I'll keep us on our toes. The Leviathans for sure.
Rama
They're gonna have to do a little
Rama
bit
is good with the
of
builds, but I
Dragons
think
picking. Feels like picks and bans.
unless your laning phase is really free as Rama, I
Chess
think
match,
he
strategy,
struggles.
Everything being considered, it seems, between the two teams. Cthulhu and Hachiban, the next two picks. So solidifying the front line, some engage with Gilgamesh, and then the back line.
Yeah, this team fight so far by Dragons is disgusting.
The Jade
All the
Dragons
AoE that they have drafted here,
feels like the style
like,
of
you
play
can't
doesn't
Aegis
serve as well
everything
with the
here.
styles of builds we've been seeing.
yeah, do you want to ban the...
I want to go a little bit more in depth on the Hachiman-Ul matchup.
Like,
Generally,
okay, the Finner did hard carry last game, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it was more off of misplays.
Very low response.
I mean,
to that
yeah,
ultimate.
Sam played lights out, not saying that, but I feel like Leviathans kind of played into it, and Sam got a big lead that he shouldn't have gotten.
More so, apply that slow and damage. Beads the axe. All of a sudden, you're dashing on him with the AI Jutsu and the combo.
Yeah, do you really want to ban
Finn
Finn and Ares here, though?
From Ul. And I think it's probably a matchup that Zatman and Panic.
If you're ever near downtown lane, you have to eat at Maple? Maypole.
What is the answer for Ul?
Let me look it
To
up.
be a pacifist. You generally don't want to be the aggressor in this lane. I would argue whoever's using their abilities first probably doesn't feel so great. It's similar to like an Ares Mew.
Oh, that's so far.
You throw the axe first.
Wait, is it in Athens?
Initiative. If you're leaping first, Hachiman's got the.
Is there one in Atlanta?
Dashes first, then maybe Ul gets his opportunities. So.
Oh, there's one in Atlanta. My bad.
Slower pace to
Oh,
the
you did say
basic
Atlanta.
Game two.
Zatman would love to bounce back with a solo killer too, after what was a 3-8 game number 1 on this very same pick. Second wave of bans have came and went with the Nemesis taken away.
Oh, this looks
from
banging.
Tom, and then a Nox presumably away from Rongyu, but Rongyu's going to get the Atlas.
Okay. I can't look at that
We were
anymore.
unsure, Myth,
That looks so good.
How oppressive this Atlas would end up looking once the SPL support started to pick it up. 44% win rate, so it has definitely found success, but has not necessarily been a world beater. But Rongyu definitely capable hands with a pick of this potential.
Yeah, I think so. Very aggressive in potential. These less mobile gods like.
I'm not in love with the Atlas pick here.
Or Ares if he gets locked in.
I'm not very sure why.
Pretty easy to displace with Atlas.
I'm not really sure why he
Ares,
picked
again,
it.
A pretty poor matchup, I think, in Atlas, in that.
Yeah, I think that's basically it, Zen, right?
So Atlas can channel that defense shred from his own ultimate and make it a little bit easier for the rest of his team to rally around him, surround his way forward. In the last piece, you might see some areas from PBM specifically.
So smart.
You're right.
There's Susano into Mori mid.
Yeah, that's going mid.
Alright, Dragons win.
Where's Gil?
Dragons win. The live draft is disgusting.
Well, it depends, right? Up against the Morgan, you're probably taking Susano.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
Gilgamesh's matchup is
When their carries just played poorly the game before, and you're going Susano Ares into Mori Uller? Dog. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, chap. Like, they just, like, what are the carries supposed to do? Like, Leviathans have to get a big early game lead, or they lose. They absolutely just lose. Bro, the amount of AoE over here and hard counters the Ares Susano into, like, I mean, Ares is sticking to Atlas too. Ares is sticking to, like, all 4 of these picks. Literally all 4. And Shiva doesn't matter, because the amount of like win potential over here versus this, like, what does this draft do into this? You pick the Ares in the jungle, maybe? Like, your fight start here. How are you going to start a fight on the Susanoo? Like, what are you supposed to do to start a fight into the Susanoo? How are you going to pick the Susanoo to not give him a good engage here? Like, bro, Dragon's drafting is literally perfect here. As long as, like, Ullr Atlas don't solo kill or, like, duo kill the Hachi Ares, this game's a wrap. But I also said that about last game with Leviathan's draft. But we shall see. We shall see.
Throughout the entirety of the map. So certainly some places Shiva can look towards, but the late game team fight potential of the Leviathans this time around, and it's not often I get to say this about a Leviathan's draft, I think they lose out. If this game goes to 25-30 minutes from even,
I'm not normally a big fan of Ares either, Zin, but I think here it's literally like God pick.
Game powerhouses. What do you think gives the Dragons the edge there?
Just the synergies between the frontliners, Ares, Cthulhu, and Gilgamesh. Cthulhu on his own, always going to be one to make you think late game for a team composition, but Ares being a consistent CC tool / beads burner up against the Leviathans, who are lacking CC immunity inherently in the kit already. Outside of Shiva, Gilgamesh being that initiator up against picks like the Morgan, like Atlas, very easy to lock those two down in particular.
I thought Dragons picked up a mid laner.
Again, Cthulhu.
They picked up a jack of all trades.
What?
Come on.
Yeah, Cthulhu.
Does Ares will hit more if she's invis? Yeah. But if she swaps, or if she ults, then I think the Ares ult gets cleansed because she turns into a new character.
It's not season ending by any means, but not a good look going into Masters, the final set of the phase for both of these two teams, Leviathans and Dragons, game 2.
Leviathans need a big win here to keep their hopes alive in this set and go to game number 3 against the Jade Dragons. Jade Dragons sticking to their guns of playing these kind of sillier picks out here. I can't even call them silly because they've been successful. And specifically this Susanoo into Morgan.
I'm back, Choblate. This was 21, baby. Welcome back, man.
I really do like taking this Susanoo.
Welcome back, baby.
Out of the Gilgamesh.
Yeah, Pagan picks this Susanoo into the Morgan, I think three or so times now, and he likes to find those 1v1.
You trade Ares ult for more ult every time?
Morgan ult.
As the Ares, yeah. Yeah. Well, as both, yeah.
That ult available to transformation.
Triple blink here, like,
so Pagan probably gonna
Picat's literally going to be free casting this game.
At least in the early stages of the game,
yeah,
the blink available.
That is a good point, T-Goods. Pantom needs to do something cheese. I mean, not cheese, you know, but like, he needs to find a really early gank to get his laners ahead. Because draft-wise, this is terrifying.
Some mid lane pressure, as Myth highlighted on the desk.
Do Dragons just make their own meta? It's more for Pagan, I think, than Dragons as a team.
Dragons in a late game team fight, but he's right to highlight the fact that the Jade Dragons draft, I don't think gets worse over time.
No, you can already see the pressure in the dual lane that the Ares and the Hachiman have. While they will not go
Gilg missing, so Shinto really can't step up.
They will be able to grab theirs very quickly. Rongyu and Zapman on the Atlas Ullr combo. We've seen what Atlases are capable of at the SPL, and between Rongyu and Aurora, kind of the two prominent players on this pick here. We'll see a lot of damage. Good Lord, Shinto goes down. The Bluestone down.
Bro.
Plus the jet stream grabbing first blood for the Jade Dragons mid lane.
Bro.
Mid. Yeah, I mean.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. That's.
You can't beads anything. He didn't level the pole. That's not what he leveled.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's. Oh, no shot, Pagan. No shot. No shot. No shot. No shot. No shot. Ah, that's the freest beats ever, bro.
Walking at Shinto and missing a pull. Not often you get that with a Susanoo.
He was not going to get pulled in a second time, so Pagan not going to able to turn.
I'm like Oki Evan next to the 8-month resub, baby.
Pantom is getting very aggressive on the San Francisco, the Shiva pick.
Well, unfortunately, chat, Pantom was unable to make a play before his mid laner died at 1 minute into the game. All right, Steve.
It's a near full combo from Zapman. He'll drop the banner down to
Steven? 2 pots for Peacat pop there.
Alleviate some of the damage that has been done over here. Pandacat will be able to sustain up with some of those health potions, still with a couple in his pocket at least. So we won't go down anytime soon.
Oh no, not again, bro.
More often we're seeing the gilded.
Brother. He's making so much room in a 1v2, man.
Maybe a little late to see Shinto there.
Dude, look at Pantom has to like dude, he's making so much room. Look at this.
This is just Pagon trying to invade red buff.
He is so willing to stand.
He's
up
making
there
so much room.
menacingly between two different people. Meanwhile, the rest of the map here is just kind of going this more even state. Panatom though rotating over.
Okay, this is their win con. Win con found.
Gets thrown back. The flames will help deal enough damage for Zapman to find the
Win con found.
here. Leviathans
A little bit.
finally put their name on the board with their first kill.
That's both relics for Panatom and Ronnie.
Atlas, the chain will stop that kinetic
I don't know what
charge, but
Shinto's supposed to
they're
do
still gonna
here.
be grabbed and pulled in, so that duo lane might need a little bit of help. Sam for soccer.
Oh, is he gonna?
Might have to make some
Does he
rotations
have Jones
to
now
help
or
out.
Crusher, whatever he
Early
goes
stages
first?
of the game, once you get your ultimate, you can bolster your defenses, things of that nature. That'll help you out. But Atlas just very strong as well in this early portion of the game.
He has Jones already, dude.
Pick someone up, a pseudo Ragnarok.
Shinto's done.
In the lane is gonna net you a kill.
What is Shinto supposed to do?
And you're telling me picking people up and throwing them around is a good thing to have? I'll have to remember that in my games next time I play Trelly, because could have fooled me with some of the stuff that's been going on here. PBM blink misses the chain. Pagon just off the mark with the pull. I think he got him at the outer edge out there, so no pull back. Shinto will be fine.
You don't understand the Ares pick.
Initiation here by the Dragons.
Oh, you can't say that when Ares just randomly dies in lane.
Was in Viz. I'm pretty sure Pagon
What do you mean you don't understand the Ares pick?
got him out of the stealth, but you can't follow up unless that ult does hit. Shinto now, though, is level 5, has that ultimate available. I'm curious to see who he has hotkeyed right now as his get out of jail free card, because Cthulhu will be able to go into that Descent into Madness, but if you're already half HP, the ult isn't going to help you out too much. There's a few different options here if you really want to try to escape, but Cthulhu is transformation that we will see. Pagon.
It's good to Uller, good to Atlas, good to Mori. Well, it's like 50-50 to Mori. And then good to Ardio.
That's pretty much what we'd expect right now. You want movement.
And they last picked Shiva.
You want to be able to zoom out of there as quickly as possible.
Pagon. Here's Susana. He'll make his way back towards the lane with PBM. Level 4 on both of the supports and starting very similar pace ups here. We do see Sentinels versus the Benevolent.
Shinto should go blink.
Here. So that's the only difference so far between the initial builds. Relic difference will be.
That's actually big brain 667. That's actually huge because he could have blinked the level 1 play too.
Blink is his first relic. We saw it used over in mid, but so far no success.
Yeah, fine, okay. Does have a level lead currently, probably because of that teleport he opted to go for, whereas Yarkor.
That's actually huge, brain 667.
Engagements, it seems. The RDO, not the most susceptible to the games. If you are able to just use the cripple field and sort of stay under tower, that could be a pretty safe bet. But also, if that dash gets canceled out in any way, shape, or form, that's usually where you're going to find your kills there. So wanting the beads, wanting that survivability is always going to help out. Pagon, though, gets aggressed upon.
Pagon, though, does have the type.
Almost. That kill would have been huge.
Goes through, and Pagon does not have beads.
That kill would have been absolutely huge. No way, Shinto.
The mid laner, Shinto will use the Ares ult to transform.
Oh!
Get some big damage back.
Oh!
Holds off Sam for soccer, but PBM finds a return kill.
Oh, no way.
Sam goes for the drop.
Huge play.
Do anything to Panatom, who's dead.
Oh, Pagon coming back though.
To get away from PBM's pull.
Oh no.
Pagan,
Oh, Panatom!
He just got back from the fight. And it's a
Oh my goodness, bro. Okay,
Okay,
actually huge plays.
Might be another opportunity.
Huge plays.
Chains
Oh,
down.
another 1v1?
Taking another 1v1.
Steve?
One more auto will do it, and the dash. That should be enough, and another lap. Look at him in the
Wow.
player cam. Oh,
What
man.
is Steve doing? How did he get?
Up by Rongi, thrown under the
What?
tower. Rongi will be fine, or fine. Okay, will be fine. Rongi will be okay as well. But fine. Okay, level 8 on this.
What is Steve doing?
Already rotating around to this mid lane to start that fight up, but that's the second
Hello?
solo kill now that Panda Cat has gotten on Zapman. You know he's got to be feeling good. I mean, you can see it in the player cams of those pop-offs.
Yeah, he wants to make sure Zap knows that he's got his number 1-0 right now for the Hachi. Zap obviously did get the first kill in that lane. Not on to Panda Cat, of course, that was on a PBM. So 1 kill of his own right, already stacking that Transcendence. But Panda Cat has the 2-level lead, and I think that's going to be a little bit more impactful, at least right now. Has the full dev gauntlet, is about to have a pretty large.
That 1v1 wasn't even close.
It'll be the tier 2 balance play, so going into that possible chin size. Could be a few different options, but that's usually what we see right now, at least for this style of build.
And Panatom putting on display with that Pillar Dawn. We don't get to talk about this. You know, we talk about all the CC immunity that's in Shiva's kit. We most notably always talk about the 6 seconds of it that he gets in his ultimate. But that Pillar, after that initial dash, when you're sitting still.
Do we sit across from each other? Yeah, we do.
CC immune. Now with this patch, you can be stunned out of it, but PBM's not going to be getting the stun unless he actually pulls you in with that.
Like, does Zap jump in and, like, miss everything?
That ability to have an extra way of being able to get away. If he picks up a set of beats, he has 3 different ways to avoid being pulled in by PBM.
Yeah, it's a super annoying kit to try and deal with, especially when you're prioritizing the CC on your comp. With Ares, I mean, Myth highlighted on the desk. It's a beads burner. That's what Ares does best.
I assume Zap jumped in and then Pigat ulted the axe and Zap missed the 3-1 combo. Because Pigat's health was so high.
Not too far away, but
And Pigat still had dash and beads.
That's fine, okay. Is proxying waves currently with not a fear in the world. And
But like,
that's just Cthulhu things, man.
I don't know. You're like a 0 trans stacks Uller.
I'm not sure if they have enough damage to kill this Cthulhu. As soon as he spots out Shinto, Finalizing should be able to get into that Descent to Madness. No problem for him. Shinto transforms into the Susano, thinking maybe they could get something. But all the action that was the Leviathans on the right side of the map, the Dragons responding kind to the left side. A pickup onto Zapman puts him down for the 2nd time this game.
What was that gank by Shinto?
Despite taking 1 kill in the left and realizing there's 2 in the right, it's really only Rongyu that could try and defend this, but why go for the gold when you can try and kill Rongyu here? Gamma Ray Burst goes down. He's going to have to put some juke shoes on.
That is a good pull back, but the chains were still attached, so he was slowed down, and PBM can finish that kill with the fire. Final K in a 2v1 again, but now Sam has showed up to help alleviate this 2v1. It'll still be a kill.
What is happening?
But it'll be a 1-for-1 trade, maybe a little bit.
Is this a scrim?
Can find the extra slow there. The pull
Bro,
is not enough. It's a double kill for Sam.
Leviathans
2-1 and 2
are scrimming.
this game off.
Dragons are playing SPL.
How much onslaught Final K is just dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, props to Final K.
Like, that just Leviathans are screaming, Dragons playing SPL. That's it.
All he had to do was really show up late to the party.
It's a level 6 Atlas now. Like, what is he supposed to do? He can't farm. He can't do anything.
Probably paying dividends there, making sure your cooldowns were able to reach.
Anywhere the Atlas is, the Ares, if the Ares is in the same place, the Atlas can't play the game.
And Polar Bear Mike knows this. I would not be surprised if we see the Ares come back around to that Uller and at least try one more time to put a 3rd death on
I don't know, like,
right now.
I feel like Yarkor and Pantom are diving that simply because the rest of their players are just, like, inting. Alright, they're just, like, trying to force a play because they're just losing everywhere.
9 versus 6 from Rongyu. With 3 kills to his name, PBM has been able to pull up a pretty massive lead over the enemy support, even this early on in the game. And the fact that Mike is closing in on some of the levels of the enemy team here, Leviathan's starting to fall behind in some of their XP, at least in that way here. Starting to spell into some of the...
Yeah, I think Ronnie will actually just get soloed by the Ares. He's going double Fizz-D. If Ronnie triple chain, or if PBM triple chains Ronnie and just flames him, Ronnie's like half HP.
Slowly building this ramp into this lead.
Yeah, very slow, methodical build here, but I mean, I was gonna say, doesn't matter. Polar Bear Mike built Stone of Gaia. That's what I wanted to highlight here. We have not seen this item built.
Can Mike solo Panda? Oh, you mean Mike solo Zap? Yeah. He actually can. That's a big Ares, bro. He has Gaia?
But he's not running. He's going in. He's looking for Zapman here.
Because they're not going to buy anti-heal, I think. And the only way he dies is like a Shiva knock-up in Atlas pool.
I think you're right to highlight the Stone of Gaia. I mean, look how many pickups, how many...
There's no way Shinto's gonna go Divine here, right? I mean, he might. It's Cthulhu. He might, but
Mike should be able to get a lot of value from this item.
I think the best idea here.
Dude, look at the net worth diff. 7K for Hachi, 4.6K for Atlas. Look at the net worth diff. How is Ronnie supposed to play the game here, bro?
Built into the kid here, Sam for soccer.
He's actually just useless.
Getting a little bit of aggressive. Polar Bear Mike makes the rotation over, but Pagon's 180.
Oh!
Pagon used the beads to get away from Shinto. Gamma Ray Burst, not gonna be
alright, Shinto turning it around.
Slowed through the winds. The stun will be 3 beads by
okay, really good play by Shinto. Really good play by Shinto. That was absolutely disgusting. What a play by Shinto. Hey, in my opinion, Shinto completely redeeming himself there. He gets both relics from jungle and mid. Like, Shinto trades 1 relic and his ult for 4 relics and both ults. That's huge for Shinto. Really good play by Shinto.
Like 1 chain miss pretty much this whole game. So
absolutely insane.
On point with these chains, and you're able to hit them on these priority targets. This Ares pick looks very clean here. Looks like we'll wrap around over to try and find Zapman one more time. The beads are available, and not too much mana here, but Zap doesn't know about this.
Yeah, Zap does get by the first.
Forcing the beads here.
Cat charges in, and Zapman will hold on to the relic. Not much that he can do to delay his time there. So beads still up on his next comeback through. But another kill for that dual lane, a combined 6, 1, and 4 between PBM and PandaCat.
But still, not going to go for that pull onto the Gold Fury. This large neutral objective has been available for quite some time, but PBM just bullying Wrong U right now in the face of the Obelisk, not going to pick up those.
If you always have beads, they can't take
the
advantage
for the Jade
of your
Dragons.
beads being
Now
down.
they're able to go back, get some of these relics that they've been really wanting, try and fight for this next team fight. And Odysseus Bow,
Right?
again, completed
Right?
by PandaCat, trying to get those chin size procs online more frequently, trying to shred as much HP as possible. But still, as I mentioned earlier, no one has even tried to pull this Gold Fury yet.
No, none of these
I think?
have really been looked at as of yet. Even the Pyromancer is Wrong U only level 7. That XP difference between him and Mike continues.
I mean, there's an argument to not beads there.
Level 11 for PBM. The Leviathans will move.
I don't
on to
know.
the Pyromancer here. And they'll start it up. Sam is in the area.
It's
They
like-
won't go free, especially with Final K rotating over. Yarkor goes in with a blink stun on
I don't
Sam.
know.
Gets pulled back in through the fire, but Sam doesn't have very many avenues to get out. He does find the jump out, but can he go far enough? Panatom not able to close the gap, and he gets blown up by Pagon as soon as he walks in. Yarkor now at half.
Wait, where's Shinto at?
And chained
Oh,
up.
Shinto diving.
Mike on the tail.
Oh,
By
camera.
Shinto. Manages to
Oh, I thought he was going to turn into Cthulhu. I guess Cthulhu wouldn't have done anything to Susanoo anyways. Oh, big ult by PBM.
Sam alive, but the chase will ensue here. Pagon is going to blink into Shinto, but
Oh!
get the kill. The Aegis comes through, the auto attack.
Oh,
Not gonna finish off Mike,
no!
but the fight
Oh,
continues.
my goodness,
Yarkor
that
tries
RDO
to
heal.
pull in from
No,
Ryan.
okay,
Still low,
okay.
Finally goes down. Yarkor credited to 1, but Yarkor will go down to the rotation out of PandaCat. Axos hits 1, but it's a double kill for PandaCat. Zatman, one of the only ones left alive after this fight. Panatom has respawned in, but the Dragons can give up this chase onto Zatman instead. Finally,
Wait,
towards an objective.
Zen, if you beat the jump wall and Ares ult you, do you get
Will be
pulled?
looked at for the Jade Dragons, and it's not going to be that Gold Tree. They will be going for Pyromancer, but take a look at where Sam
Oh yeah, Ronnie's done. Well,
Play the farm.
okay.
He's going to be able to get
What Ronnie is doing here is completely sacking his whole game, so Shinto and Zap have farm. If Ronnie was sharing here, Shinto would be like level 11 or 12, and Zap would be like level like 11 or 12, basically. So Ronnie is literally just not farming here, which there's an argument for both, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure.
that fight and after the Pyromancer goes down. Gold Fury Vision is in favor of the Dragons. Mike going back to base picks up a horrific emblem. PandaCat, no mana on Zatman means a nice and easy 1v1. A bead from the Axe Toss. PandaCat can just grab this one, no problem. Don't get Sam, let this one happen. You let this solo kill go for him. And that's gonna be the third one now for PandaCat this set.
Yeah, Pagon found a kill onto Shinto while that action was happening, and Polar Bear Mike once again trying to bully out Wrong U. No damage has been built for this Ares. It's just base damage. I mean, the auras in turn are going to give you.
Okay, this
He hasn't
is.
actually built any just yet. Gauntlet of Thieves, third item. He wanted that Sov early, wanted the HP 5 from Guy.
Yeah,
Now
this is.
gonna get some of that HP and aura protections. For
This is
the
a very
Sov.
depressing set here.
The Jade Dragons will sort of pass Gold Fury back and forth, and they'll be able to get that one, but they might even go for the tier 2 tower. They don't have range damage, so it is a bit of a risk. So Pagon will go back to base, but looking at the gold lead as of now, it's about 7K right now, J-Mac.
Mike's got to be getting close to whenever he pops that ball.
Yeah, this set's not really a set.
That green buff, having those 2 HP 5 items you talked about. And
I don't think Shinto's playing as bad as his KDA is.
I can't imagine he's very
Um,
at this point.
Except for that gank on Cthulhu, which was a little troll. It also might have been Mori bug diff. I think sometimes, I don't know if that's still in the game, but I know you can transform into the wrong character sometimes as Mori. I don't know if that's still in the game, but that might have been what happened when he turned to Susanoo.
Since Wrong U picked him up, and Wrong U's not going to live for much longer here.
Yeah, he'll need a drop kick.
Oh no,
PBM.
PBM.
He won't even need to pull him in there. That'll be done by Pagon. The Leviathans have already lost the support to start this fight. PBM just a little bit off the mark with that chain to continue to chase down on the Panatom. But Final K at the top end of the fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Blows off one corridor of the jungle. And the Jade Dragons, they'll start up the Fire Giant. Panda and Pagon have quite a bit of damage here. Panatom might not be the riser here. He'll rotate over towards.
There's not really much for me to say here, chat.
Either Leviathans don't know this is
One
happening,
team is
or
just
they
playing
completely
way
give up
better
on
than the other
trying
one.
to get there.
Yeah, they're well aware of what's
That's
happening.
basically it.
They
One
don't
team
wanna
is
step up
literally
and
just
let
hard
go
stomping.
of the idea, because look at where everyone is. Far left side of the map, as far away from Fire Giant.
Maybe
as
Sam
can be,
Ince?
except for Sam for Soccer right now, who's caught in the cripple field, actually taking a fair bit of damage. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this one. They have so much chase down.
Slight mistime on the drop kick. Panatom able to clean up a kill and get one more here for the Leviathans.
Yeah, this
but
is just...
Dragons have already taken the Fire Giant.
That's a good way to say it, Exalt. This is just sad. I'm at 12 chip 6 with 23. Oh, what's up, Skidon, by the way?
Gold. With Pagon grouping up, the Dragons might just go for a Phoenix
Let's see
here.
the base race.
Because
Let's
the
see it.
Leviathans are
Yes,
picking up
base race.
the left side of the map, and in a 3 versus
Please
4
base race.
on this side, it'll be a
Unlucky.
going to the Dragons, and
Both teams are so scared, bro. They're so scared.
A massive win for the Dragons in this fight.
Yeah, definitely smart just to back there. I think the only real option the Leviathans had in that moment was, hey, if they don't back and they try to go, we'll just try to base race. Because right now you don't have Sam for Soccer, and we know that you were only 3 strong up there at that right, Phoenix. There's no way that you were going to out DPS us.
Pick him up. Go grab
Oh, the
they
offerings.
left the flowers on the floor. Just go. Okay, Mike's going to pick him up. Good support.
When you're this far ahead, the offerings might just
Look,
they
man,
might slip your mind.
It's the one thing that tilts me is seeing the flowers left on the floor.
I understand. I mean, and the buff is so strong. Remember last game where we saw like I think 3 confirmed kills because of the Interceptor. So putting a lot of stock into those offerings probably a smart idea. It's a good thing Mike went back to pick up those flowers. And Final K, he's gonna get another one here. We're not doing this for the sake of farm. This is just
Is this
for the
okay?
Interceptor, that shocky boy. It's
Are
gonna
Leviathans
team
3 and 4
and
after
it's
this
gonna make
set?
you look cool. And especially, I don't get to talk about this much, but a very hard counter to Shinto. It will reveal stealth. If you're anywhere near the Morgan when she's invisible, the Interceptor will help you out. It'll just find her for you.
Kind of like a nice little mystical mail proc, but it goes a little bit further and hits just a little bit harder, if I'm not mistaken, as well here. Shinto, in his build, double flat pen with the Doom Orb, now working towards his...
Alright, it's not...
We've seen some Soul Reavers...
It's
come out
not
of
Ronnie's
We've
fault
also seen probably a lot more Polynomicon
that he's down...
right now. If you're
Like...
Shinto, and you're looking
It's not
at
Ronnie's fault.
you down,
Ronnie is intentionally not farming, so his carries are still competitive with the other carries.
Oh, you're getting poly.
But this is not...
Using your abilities
Just
to
because
slow
support's
your
behind
down,
doesn't mean they're like playing
your
bad.
one-shot needs to
He's
be
literally just
updated,
sacking his farm,
and
so
you
his
need to try and
carries
one-shot the
still
team
look
rather than
competitive.
one-shotting you all game. If you're itemizing as on the Morgan to kill Cthulhu, I don't think you're playing the character right. She's a one-shot assassin mage right now in the mid lane. You can transform into anything you want, but whenever you're in your base stance with no ultimate, that's who you got to be looking to kill right now.
Man,
But I feel like
fight up against
Smite Game chat's gonna look at this game and be like, oh my gosh, Ronnie's playing so bad.
all the Leviathans
But
are
he's
up
literally
while the rest of the
in the
Dragons are
worst
left
spot.
side of the map.
He can't farm.
And the dual lane will go down swiftly to the Jade
Yeah,
Dragons.
it's
They can
just-
push up towards this Phoenix if
Yeah.
they so choose. That man
He
doesn't
literally can't play the game anywhere.
shot there onto Pagon, but Pagon doesn't seem to be too concerned about it. Blink and all relics are up on both sides of these teams here.
I would never let these 0-5 and 1-4 potatoes have
So they are
farm.
going to be one relic down just by nature.
I can't imagine they go in here. They have 39 seconds left on the Fire Giant buff. Sam for Soccer doesn't even have the Fire Giant buff. The tier 2 tower.
Yeah, Smite Game chat has something different. You can't
You're gonna
tell
lose that buff around
if
your
people are
waist for sure.
trolling
They might try to go for it once they get that tier 2.
or they're just
Right,
idiots.
it's down. So someone has to go and clear those. Panatom is on it right now. If you're able to split the
You actually
opposition,
can't tell,
maybe do
like,
a
the
4-1
difference.
split, but right now, 5 strong are the Jade Dragons, and they will go for this.
Yeah, Mike just walking by himself. Pagon will charge up that ultimate. We'll find Zapman, pull him back in. That'll get the Aegis off the Hunter. Mike will pull wrong you back away.
No, don't pull Ronnie, man. He's just trying to play the game. Oh!
Finds the final shot up against Zapman, but the Cthulhu's facing off.
Alright, P-Guy kills everyone.
It's fine, okay. On top, double kill for the solo laner, and he's chasing down more. Shinto does not have much longer to go. He'll de-transform and get that Aegis off, but he's pulled right back in. It's a triple kill.
Give him the
for
penta.
Fine, okay. He'll turn around. He needs a little bit more, but now too healthy inside the fountain. No chance of a penta coming the way of the solo laner for the Jade Dragons, unless a lot of damage can go through right now for this team. Yarkor low, but
Yeah.
grab the 4th kill.
This set wasn't even close.
Tanked up by the Jade Dragons, a couple of minions, and a little bit more damage should do it, but Wrong You, who died at the start of the fight, is gonna come right back in only to watch as the Titan falls and the Jade Dragons take the 2-0 over the Levi's.
I mean, that end call was almost closer than it should have been. That could have been a little bit of a comeback there, but still, just superior map play out of the Jade Dragons. Game number 1, I had to highlight the 12-0 Fenrir. This game, the dual lane was like 11-1. They looked super solid. PBM, I don't think was worried about dying past like minute 3.
Yeah, there's really nothing.
Dying the whole game.
Yeah, Panic Hat picks up
I don't know.
solo kills on the Zapman. We got to see one of those pop-offs down in the
Well, the Giants playing really good, Leviathan's playing really bad, both. When both of those things are happening, it's really rough.
Dual lane of the Dragons come up big for them here in game number 2, and that's going to give them the 2-0. We'll take it to the desk right after this break.
Next set surely will be competitive, yeah. Hopefully. Because first 2 sets haven't been great. No offense! I was very excited for game 1 draft here. And then they just played troll. I mean, not I hate to say troll because people think like, or people might think that I'm like saying they're just inting or something along those lines, or like they're not taking it seriously, which sounds bad. Trolling is in like just having bad plays. What did we do last? Danish tradition. Danish tradition. Don't worry about it. I think you can go to anyone. Dead one. Yeah, Dragons are looking extremely good right now. Extremely, extremely good. Kivo looking pretty sick this season. Yeah, everyone's looking really good. Leviathans are looking like the 6th place team right now. Yeah, Tyler's Warriors next. I don't know. JVP. I don't know. I'm just saying because I feel like Uller is a bad pick. It's okay. Chat. One thing, a big tip of advice is you cannot have a gut reaction to a pick looking bad in 1 or 2 games. It's just you just can't have like a gut reaction like that. So there's a lot more that goes into a game than a pick doing well or doing poorly. Like, any Uller is gonna look bad if he dies to like a 0 dev stack Hachi. You know, like, that's a solo kill that just should not be happening. Top 4 secured now? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Jerry. Yeah, I'm not sure. No, Uller is really good for Leviathans and Dragons. Uller is a pick that literally all of their carries can play to a very high level. I don't think Zap piloted it very well at all that set, unfortunately. And especially when you're prioritizing a pick like Uller that highly, and you're getting soloed in both games, it's just not gonna look good. Like, it's just not. Which I think is more of Zap playing the character poorly than Uller being bad. So if Warriors win, Dragons take number 1, but if Titans win, there's a 3-way. Yeah. Well, I guess so. You know what's having issues trying to buy from the in-game store? I haven't tried lately. Danish tradition, Big Meech. Also, why is everyone saying it like that? Why is everyone saying, what the heck did you guys do to last? I feel like I've read that same message all day. Yeah, what am I supposed to do, Zen? I was thinking of see pick some bands, so I wasn't sure what was still available. They first picked Uller, and then they top 2'd Uller game 2.
2-0 and move us along pretty quickly.
Some Marcus.
On this triple header Sunday of SPL action. Jade Dragons never felt like they were on the back foot in game
Okay, chat.
We're never close.
I said this earlier.
Game number 2.
But I don't care if we're first place, second place, third place. I don't care about the math. I don't care, like, what situations we get first in, what situations we get second in, what situations we get third in, what situations we get fourth in. I just don't care. I just don't. Oh, Steven. Oh, Steven. Okay, Picat's literally reading him like a book. Okay, you're actually right here, Zen. He couldn't have beats.
Man registered Sam for soccer.
Do you think Sam impacts that at all just by being there?
I would.
What's up, wee man?
I mean, Zap, I suppose, is forced to leap back over the wall, whereas had Sam not been there, could have maybe leapt over Gold Fury wall, but whether or not the Gold Fury was up, if Gold Fury was up, he dies to that leap.
Oh, I know you don't care. I just want to understand. Yeah, well, I also don't know. So,
Yeah, the nature of
me not caring is also me not knowing, you know.
Ends the game on Cthulhu pretty effectively here as well. Yeah, 20 minutes in, a 10,000 gold lead. Just fine for the Jade Dragons. And you know what? Feels bad. If you know,
Wait, so
for a second,
please. I've been hearing.
Can Steve?
Many solo kills, and I'm pretty sure Netroid is no longer the
Okay, so
most soloing player in the league. I
what?
believe it's 3 or 4.
So does that miss? Wait, does that hit his one?
And I'm pretty sure Netroid is no longer.
Let's really break it down.
The most soloingest player in the league. I believe it was 3 or 4 on his own in this match in particular. So
goodness.
Yeah, match 3 or 4 on his own in this match in particular.
Yeah, that's just unlucky.
Yeah, this is
smite of the face right now.
They always are a team that really starts to gear up as we get closer and closer to these higher stake matches. Once it gets closer to these land phases, and well, we're pretty close right now. The Jade Dragons are looking pretty good. I'm
Dark plays Cthulhu.
That
game wasn't even Darkwing Duck. How are you blaming Yark? Darkwing Duck? Are you? You're blaming Yark for that game? Dog. Did you? Never mind.
Not sure what the reasoning behind their drafting process was, because I know Zap and I have very similar mindsets when it comes to like individual matchups in lane. And I know he is well aware that the matchup he put himself in 2 games in a row is not a favoring one for him.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he was kind of set up for it and he just played it because he's a team player.
Right.
But you know, I'm always happy to take down the big dog.
Yeah, good matchup for you in that lane. Look, this was a convincing set win. Now the Leviathans have struggled in a couple of sets in a row. Were you surprised with the steamrolly fashion of the set today? I'm sure you go in confident that you'll win, but it just felt like the Leviathans didn't have an answer for you guys today.
I wouldn't say we're surprised. I think we're always prepared to take 2-0s against teams.
Yeah.
I think it's on us to always throw that game 2. I feel like we always come out of the gate, game 1, kind of swinging,
Right.
usually have a great game, and then game 2, things maybe fall apart in the draft. But I think when we, you know, stay level-headed and just play our game, I think we can 2-0 a lot of teams in quite an easy fashion. So I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but I'm definitely happy.
Well, wrap up maybe the entire phase for me now. You guys end the phase 5-2, and how competitive the SPL is. That's a great win-loss record. Would you say overall the team's happy with how the first phase of the year went?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, we pulled in an SEC player, never played a single game of professional in his life. He's been popping off, absolutely going insane. And no, yeah, I think we're all very pleased with how the standings are. I think we're like almost first seed. If Titans lose tomorrow, we're first. I mean, the standings are all jumbled up right now, so it's hard to say. But yeah, you know, the most sad thing when you look at the standings is like knowing how close some of the games were.
Right.
You could be like, a lot of teams could be undefeated. Like we could have maybe been undefeated if we had a better set against the Titans and stuff. But no, I think overall we're all very happy. You know, it's only up from here. Daniel gets more pro play. We just keep synergizing and yeah.
Playing some good Smite. Panic Hat. Congrats on the win. Congrats on the phase, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
5-2 now are the Jade Dragons after a 2-0 win over the Atlantis Leviathans. So, Miff, it's two sides to the coin because the Jade Dragons are playing some of their best Smite right now.
Yeah.
The Leviathans are not playing.
That was a letdown, bro.
Double negative. Clean that up.
They're not
That set
playing
was
their best Did I not say that?
that set was just a letdown.
They are not playing good Smite.
Yeah, double negative.
Wait,
so
bad
they're playing
Smite.
good Smite. All right.
They're not playing
They're
good
playing
Smite.
bad is what he's saying, and he said it, not me.
I did not say it. I got to
Yeah, he said tomorrow.
well, we've had the last couple of days, and one final set.
One final set tomorrow.
The Atlantis Leviathans on Saturday had their first loss of the weekend, and then the second loss of the weekend up against the Jade Dragons here, 2-0, and then one final set we've got for you. The Titans.
Yeah, Dragon's looking insanely strong right now.
Themselves at